Family is an important part of our society and cultures all across the world. Family plays a big role in our everyday lives without us even knowing. It's where we learn about important values, for example, what's right and wrong, the value of love and truthfulness, and many more. Family also teaches us the skills we will need one day to be self reliant and successful in our adult lives. In the United States, this individualism is a big part of the family dynamic. For example, older generations want to be self reliant and not burden their families by living with them when they're no longer capable of being alone. The younger generations don't want to be a financial burden to their hardworking parents by depending on them as adults. As a college student, I'm sure you can relate to this one personally. Now, Ivana and Elizabeth will now explain the family dynamic in America and the traditions that we value.
The typical American family consists of a mother, a father, and two children. But as times have changed, dynamics in the family have changed, and you can expect to see more children or less, or different types of parents like two mothers, two fathers. The generation gap is a big problem today in America. Oftentimes, I hear older people talk about how young people spend a lot of time on their phones or with technology.
In the United States, I think people generally tend to be very close to their immediate family and feel a sense of responsibility to take care of them. My family is a huge part of my life, and I'm very close to my mom, dad, and three sisters. I also have a great relationship with my extended family, my grandparents, uncles, aunts, and even my second cousins who you see here. But we don't see each other very often because many of us live in different states. My definition of family also extends to some close family friends who aren't related directly to me. For example, my friend Maddie and her family, and my boyfriend of 4 years and his family. I think that your family deeply influences your values, or the ideals that define who you are. I still share many of the same values as my parents, but after entering high school, and especially after entering college and being exposed to new ideas, I now have some values that differ from those of my parents. This in part has to do with a generational difference in values, and I think my generation as a whole tends to be more liberal or left leaning, while previous generations, like my parents, may be more reluctant to part with traditional values and remain more conservative. A holiday that my family takes time to celebrate every year is St. Patrick's Day. It's a significant tradition for us because we have Irish ancestry, and is also important for other Americans who have Irish heritage and want to remember where their ancestors came from. Traditions really have a way of bringing people together. My family loves to be outdoors, so despite having very different schedules now, we all come together at least once a year to go hiking together. It's an opportunity to catch up with one another, and is always a lot of fun. I look forward to passing these traditions down someday, if I have my own kids.
Birthday celebrations are big traditions in American families, along with Christmas. Christmas is a wide holiday that is celebrated greatly in America. People sometimes have different traditions, like some people put up trees, some people put up stockings, others may not.
Some other traditions in the United States include Thanksgiving, Easter, and the 4th of July. During these holidays, families come together to celebrate with big homemade dinners or meals, games, and lots of fireworks. As you can see, family and its traditions play a big role in our society and our everyday lives. Each family has its own unique traditions that they choose to celebrate and pass down to younger generations. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to talk about more, even though there's numerous. But we look forward to learning about your culture and its views on family and the unique traditions that you may have.